Hello friends, and welcome to this channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to create a waterfall chart. It is one of the most commonly used chart forms by many corporate houses or used in presentations to show or depict the reasons behind two bar or two data points. Like it shows what is the movement between them. So in this chart, you can see that I am trying to show the variance or difference between the budgeted and actual net profit and what are the various reasons for that. So let's quickly see how to create this chart, and we'll try to build this from the scratch. So as you can see, we have this data set which is used to create this chart, and nothing fancy is going over here. It's just three different columns where we have filled out the values. So base, so this becomes the base chart. So we are going to use a stacked histogram chart to build the waterfall, and these base becomes the base of your stacked charts. Then up generally denotes any positive variances, so we show them as green, and down shows any red variances that is bringing down your revenue or net profit. So let's quickly try to see how we can build this waterfall chart from scratch. So as I showed, there will be mostly four type of columns that you would need. So this becomes your axis reasons, that how you want to show the variances. This will become your base chart. Then we need one for up, one for down, right? So say my first data point would be the budget, and say my budget is 1000, so that will become my base. So whatever will happen now happen on the basis of this base, and then we will be arriving at the actuals. So say I'm taking a hypothetical case over here. So say there are three major reasons between the budget and actual, and the number that I want to arrive at is 1500. So say my first reason is low volumes, or say we can say low TLR. So that is kind of creating a positive variance for me by less payroll cost. So that will be an up for me. So say I give it a 500 up. Then we show high COS, that is cost of sales. So any cost that will be high on a higher side will bring down my profit value. So say this will be around 300. So right now what we are showing, this 1000 plus 500, 1500 minus 300, that is 1200. So we want to arrive at this 1500. So say the third reason is higher sales, and this will be 300 again. So 1000 plus 500, 1500 minus 300, 1200, then plus 300 will give me 1500, right? Now let's tweak this amount a little bit. Say I'll give it 400. So that will give me 1000 plus 1500, 1100, and then again 400. Okay. So now we have plotted our data. Now we need to set the base for my chart. For this one to show, now just imagine that in your chart, the first step will be 1000. Then you want to show this 500. That means your bar chart, the next chart or bar will show a point of 1500. So that means your base will become 1000 and your up sign will become 500. So this will become your base, right? Then you want to show a down figure. So that means from this value 1500, now it will come back to 1100, right? So its base will now become this plus this minus 400, that is 1100, right? And from this, now for this higher sales, this will become your base now, because you now want to reach to the actual figure of 1500. So this will become your base, and 1100 plus 400 will become 1500. Okay, now let's see how we can show this in the chart. So we'll select all of them and we'll go to insert. We'll click the bar charts and let's select the stacked column chart. So as you can see that this has already presented that data, right? And somewhat you can already visualize the waterfall over here. So now what we need to do is, first of all, we need to blank out these middle bars. I don't want to show them. So what we need to do, we can just click over here, right click and go to format data series. Over here we'll go to the formatting section, we'll go to fill, and we'll now individually select these bars, and I'll select no fill, right? So now you're only seeing the top stacks. So these stacks are nothing but these up and down that we have selected. Now you can see that this is only showing the ups, no downs, because we have not filled out any value. Now remember, do not put any zero against them, just keep them blank so that nothing is appearing against them, right? And similarly for this down, so now because there is nothing coming over here, there is no separate bar coming for that, so it's all blank, only these two, right? Now let's get rid of these background guidelines, and we'll also get rid of these labels. Okay, we'll get rid of the legend. Okay, so the now next thing that we can do, let's resize it and reduce its height. Yep. Now what we can do, we can start giving them labels. So let's click this, let's click the first one, this is the budget, and we'll right click and click add data label. We'll right click on this bar and then click data label, and let's change its font color to white, and we'll switch it to bold. Okay, so now generally in the presentation or reporting point of view, positive variances are generally shown as green and negative variances are shown as red. Now depending upon how you want to do, it's totally your choice how you want to color code them. But for this exercise, let's give the up bars green color. So I'll select the up bars, we'll go to the formats and we'll select a green color, right? And let's give them data labels as well, and we'll format them accordingly. And for the down, we'll give it a red color. Maybe it's too bright. Yeah. And we'll give this also a data label, and we'll format the data label. Okay, just to show you how these are working or how they're interconnected, let me close the gaps between these bars, so you will understand that how the step is being formed. So say if I do not give any bars, now this will help you visualize this. Say I started from this point of 1000, which is my budget. Now because of my lower TLR, I have less payroll cost, so that is driving my net profit up by 500. So from this step it is going up by 500 over here, so this will become your 1500 new point. Then the next reason is higher cost of sales, so that will bring down your profit. So it has started from this level and then it has come down by 400. Now it has come down to 1100. Now this point is 1100. And then we also have higher sales, which has again brought up your profit. And right from this point it has now increased it to for 1500. So that is where it's meeting with the actual 1500. So now you can visualize how the waterfall is working and how these bases act up those staircase, or it builds up that staircase. So we generally don't keep it this way, we give it some gaps so that it looks much more nicer that way. Yeah. So now it you can give it a chart title. So let's give it net profit actual versus budget. And you can also add in some more elements, like you can insert some shapes which I showed you earlier to call out those reasons more properly. I mean, you can just insert one of these, and let's edit a text that lower hirings driving less pay costs. Let's resize it a little bit and we can place it on top of this chart. Yep. So now let's say I want to give a reason for this red bar as well. So I want to give highest demand driving higher production costs. Okay. And let's give another call out for the third reason. So now this one will become higher sales due to the impact of recent marketing strategy. And let's increase its font size and make it bold. So there you go. That's a proper waterfall chart that you can prepare, and you can also give callouts to the variances. Now depending upon your need, there can be as many bases you want to show. So say for this example I've just given you budget and actual, but in your scenario it can be a budget forecast actual, budget actual previous year, or you can have more than three or more than two bases as well, and you can have multiple in between steps to show the reasons. So you can use your imagination, or whatever your chart demands or your presentation demands, you can prepare the waterfall chart that way. It is one of the most commonly used, as well as a little bit of complex if you cannot get this base working up properly. So I'd urge you to practice this, and I think it will be a game changer in your presentations going forward. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something new today. Do practice these waterfall charts, because these will come very much in handy in future whenever you will be preparing presentations. It will not only be used for depicting movements between two comparators for financial reasons, but you can also use it for non-financial data representation as well. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe us so that you don't miss out any other videos. Thank you.